Welcome, Potter Nation. We are live tonight, game number 3 from Patterson Field. The East Liverpool Potters 1-1 host the 2-0 Salem Quakers, our rivals just the highway. Joined tonight once again by Anson Wiggin. I'm Tommy Pease. Anson, what do you got?
Glad to be here, Tommy. Another wonderful night. September is upon us, but the weather is more like October. We got the Salem Quakers in the house, 2-0. Passing offense, so we're going to get a little look than we did the previous 2 weeks. The Salem comes in 2-0. They're led by a senior quarterback, which is at this level of the game. 6'4", 194. Mitch Davidson put the ball up 33 times last week, as we were talking in the pregame here, but also a pretty lethal ground game from the stats that you had provided. What the Potters need to do tonight, though, avoid the point of emphasis from Josh all week in the locker room and as well as the rest of the staff, because overall their sentiment was kind of like yours and mine. The defense didn't play that bad last week. They were on the field. Time of possession was heavily in the favor of Creek, and we came out and held, and I know you have the exact stats, but we held them to a reasonable amount of yards against.
Potters 5 turnovers last week, defeated by Indian Creek. We were here live last week, 27-0. However, held Indian Creek to an average of just over 3 yards per play. So 192 total yards offense. Indian Creek the week before, almost 400-plus yards against Cambridge. So a big win for the defense. And like you said, they were on the field for time, mainly because five turnovers for our hometown Potters. Mitch Davidson, you mentioned, all 195 pounds. Last week against United, Salem 21, United 9. Mitch Davidson, he did throw for 247 yards, but was only 15 of 33, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. It seems like played the exact same game that Liverpool Indian Creek did. Salem, they turned the ball over. They put 21 points on the board, enough to defeat United, who apparently could not capitalize on the turnovers from Salem.
Yeah, Liverpool's going to probably look to come out. I wouldn't be surprised from faces in some different places tonight. I know Jalen Moman is near 100%, 3 games into the season, and he's a game changer. Whether he's giving a rock for whoever the tailback is, just out there protecting Peyton Reed when he drops back. He's a force to be reckoned with no matter where he's at. I'd like to see him remain on the offensive side of the ball, but he's probably needed on the defensive side as well. So he's going to get that foot tested again this week.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I would love to see him. He's a nose tackle. That's what he's played. Young football career, and as good as the defense has been, he's been limited on the defensive side of the ball. I know you've mentioned that the last couple of weeks, so it would be nice to see a little more moment on the defensive side. I'm sure coaching staff, trainers, athletic trainers are keeping a close eye on the ankle, and will limit him to what they feel. Yeah, that would be a big improvement for the Potters if we could see Moman really healthy more on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely, because you got the dynamic sophomore and Derek Carter, who's the fast race car type running back, quick feet, hits the hole, good vision. But he's been off to a slow start. Coach Ludwig may just...
Well, let's not say slow start. I mean, his first night out here against Edison, who we both agree defensively probably a little undermanned, but he did put up 128 yards on 13 or 14 carries. Last week, we seen
limited action.
We seen what we have last week for Carter. Let's see here. Liverpool last week. Derek Carter rushing 13 carries, 7 yards. So wasn't a lot working for Derek Carter. Now we've seen a lot of runs, inside the tackles. But to compete this game, we know Salem's going to be able to make mistakes. Our defense is playing good. We hope we come in and we see that same effort out of them tonight. But for us to win this game tonight, the offense has to move the football, and that's going to be done with a little bit of power game by the Potters, which they have the backs to do it.
They're definitely going to mix in a little Michael Loy, Opress, and try to get Derek Carter in space and just let him get his feet under him a little bit.
Oh, no, you definitely
he does.
Yeah, Derek Carter is still a big part of the offense. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Just got to, like you said, get him into space. That's where he is. That's where he's gonna be his best. We're about 4 minutes out of kickoff here. Potter's still making their way down the ramp. Let's I surprised you last week. Maybe you thought it was coming this week. Let's do a prediction. Let's do a prediction for tonight's game.
I'm a homer.
Me too.
Always am. I look for Peyton Atkins and crew on the defensive side of the ball. Wonder if we can get a shot of the Potters coming out of the tunnel.
Yep, there you go.
It's one of the best parts of Friday night. Walking down the hill, out through the band, the small student section. I'm going to call the Potter student section out only because I can. I was a Potter student at one point in time.
Me too.
And I didn't play football, so I was in the student section every Friday night, home or away, along with probably 100 of my closest friends.
Absolutely.
And
here's the thing. They got the little white section painted for students. When I was in school, when you were in school, you had to fight to get in those 3 rows, right? We were lining up back
for seniors, and everybody else had to stand behind. So I'm going to challenge the student body of Liverpool to get out and support the football team, whether you play volleyball or another fall sport, soccer. There's nothing going on a Friday night. Get out here, and hopefully the football team repays and shows up at your sporting event as well. But there's nothing more. Salem travels down and brings a very nice student section. So hopefully we can silence them tonight. My prediction, though, as I said, as we get back on topic, is I'm a homer some nights, and I want to see the Potters come out and have the upset. But I could have been more wrong last week, but I'm going to blame 5 turnovers on that. I think the Potters are going to protect the football tonight. I don't think that Chase Ackerman's going to come out, or Mitch Davidson's going to come out and throw 3 interceptions, but I'm going to call for 1 interception, 1 fumble, so 2 turnovers on the Quaker side. That's going to probably be the difference in the ball game. I look for the Potter defense to be fired up this week, but be on the field less because the Potters protect the football. And they may stun some Salem Quaker fans in the coaching staff tonight because we didn't give them a lot to look at in the Indian Creek game. We really didn't give them a lot to look at in the Edison game. We're going to have to score some points, though. I think we hold Salem to some field goals. Hopefully they have a field goal kicker like Indian Creek because we didn't see that coming. So I'm gonna say that
we thought there was 2 Indian Creek field goal kickers at one time.
I'm gonna say the Potters put up 3 touchdowns and convert 2 times on 2-point conversions. 22-16.
22-16. Different score. I like it. And I really didn't think about this too much, but kind of just when we were talking, if 2 things got to happen. The Potter defense has to hold Salem under 17 points. I'm sorry, yeah, under 17 points for us to win. I don't think we need some huge offensive explosion to be competitive in this game, but we got to move the ball on the ground. I think that's going to be huge. If we can get 125, 130 yards combined rushing out of our backfield, we are going to move the football. East Liverpool 17, Salem 14.
All right. Nope. First team to 20 wins. Nobody gets there. Defensive grudge match tonight. I like it. I think the Potters are going to get one unexpected touchdown. I don't know where it's going to come from. Special teams, punt return, blocked punt, a strip sack.
I'd like to see Nick Woodyard interception return for a touchdown. I feel it.
Be great to see the young sophomores last week. we did mention the 5 turnovers. 2 came from the young Woodyard, a sophomore. A couple sophomore mistakes. He couldn't decide whether to field a punt or not. Another one, he just got stripped, I believe, on one of the run backs. The other 2 by Derek Carter. Both deep in our own territory, so it changed the complexion of the game. But I look for those sophomores, Coach Ludwig, Coach Boyd, Coach Whittington, week to just take those young guys, learning lesson, live and learn, bounce back strong. You're only as good as your next game.
Be big tonight.
And be big tonight as sophomores, and the seniors are going to help as well.
Folks at home, Potters won the toss, and they deferred to the second half. Salem will receive the ball. Anson, take us away.
There it is, a deep kickoff down to about the 15-yard line. Salem takes it, crosses the 30, out to the 35, met quickly at the 32-yard line of Salem, where they'll take over under the leadership of the aforementioned number 14, Mitch Davidson, 6'4" senior. Receiver out there that's going to line up. That'd be number 6, Chase Ackerman, 6'5", 216 senior. A lot of seniors on the top half of this roster for Salem. They go in a stack, split left formation with a slot receiver and 1 man wide to the top of the screen. We can't go live play-by-play. I was trying to get it for you, but in the gun, Mitch Davidson claps the man in motion, takes the snap. The give is to the running back up the middle, and he's met by a host of Potters. After about a 3-yard gain, it'll bring up.
There's Blake McLeod in a tackle for the Potters.
We didn't talk too much about the running backs, but that looked like it was Tyson Swigger, the 5'9" sophomore in motion, took the handoff on that number, but we're going 4 wide in the shotgun formation. Number 11's in motion. The snap, the pass, quick out, caught immediately at the sticks. It'll depend on the spot.
Looks like it's going to be a little short. Number 3 for Salem, that's Josh Young with the reception.
Number 5, Eli Rothwell, also lining up in the backfield for the Potters. Number 11, Turner Johnson. He's been in the man in motion both times. Luke Weingart, 13, Zach Bizon. We were wrong on the spot again. We were wrong last week on the first spot of the game. It'll be first down, Quakers.
Last week, the Quakers led by Campolito and rushing 12 for 121. He hasn't seen a carry yet.
First and 10 at the 44. In the shotgun. No man in motion. Quick give to number 5 on the right side. Sprint right. Pushed out of bounds right at the stick. Short gain. FA. 9 Quakers.
That's 5'9" senior Eli Rothwell on the carry for the Quakers. Gets 1.5, we'll call it. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Second week in a row, the defense is immediately forced into pressed action because of no huddle. Davidson in the shotgun, 3 wide, 1 setback, 1 man in the slot, nobody in motion. Here he comes, number 11, crosses the snap, the quick give up the middle, hit quickly. Who is that on the quick hit?
Great pressure up the middle by McLeod. He made the initial hit, forced the kid to the left-hand side. Not sure who came up with the tackle after that, but great penetration by McLeod.
Looked like Lane Copers came in and finished him off. McLeod's 13.
McLeod is 13.
Good penetration there. Big down, 3rd down and 9. Wide. A lone setback right to the left of Mitch Davidson. No man in motion. Quick snap. Roll out to the left, throwing off the wrong foot. A catch right at the sticks, pushed out of bounds, but that's going to be enough for a first down, and that's number 13, Zach Bizon, who just ran a simple down and out. Davidson rolls to his offhand, throws off the back foot, makes a nice completion.
Blake McLeod on the tackle for the Potters after the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Quakers from the 45-yard line.
Again, no huddle. Double stack left, double stack right. A quick out to number 11. Quickly on the tackle is Nick Woodyard, number 4, for a short 1-yard gain.
You're there on the 44-yard line.
Good open field man-to-man tackle. An odd set. 2-man stack to the top, 2-man stack to the bottom, so they can run a bubble screen basically to either set. Salem brings the plays in hand motion. They don't bring them in with the giant signs as we saw from Indian Creek last week. But again, broken record. 4 wides, 2-step drop, loses his footing a little bit under heavy pressure, throws it out of bounds. Nice play.
Good pressure up the middle there. 67 for the Potters. That's going to be Joaquin Johnson. Also 56, Kobe Plum on the forced throw there from the quarterback. Good coverage out there also too by Krosky.
Good pressure. Davidson, being 6'4", was able to see that there was nobody there and throw it out of bounds. 4 wide, lone set back right. Davidson takes the snap. 3rd and 8. Big play for the Potters. Heavy pressure by Kobe Plum. Lane Copers is in there as well, and the throw is off the back foot.
My goodness,
he had a man.
Slips.
For those that can't see at home, because we're not allowed to show play-by-play, I forget that you're not watching it live. Everybody rolled right. Ackerman was under heavy pressure. Turned. Krosky fell. There was one man breaking open, but Ackerman is the receiver. Mitch Davidson had already let the ball go too far. 4th and 9. The Quakers won't punt. They may punt. They have 2 wide. I wouldn't doubt that it's just a little quick kick. The Potters don't have anybody back, and there it is. But it goes straight out of bounds. The Potters should take over at about the 20-yard line. Whoa. Terrible spot. Yeah, come back.
Okay, there we go. Your head official referee out there was had his hand up guiding the line judge back in. So the Potters, good defensive stand, good pressure on Davidson. Like what I see right there. Good. That's a win for the Potters. Now let's come out here and let's move the football. Potters will take over 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line.
A good drive here. 12 Peyton Reed to put his imprint on this game and take control of the first drive.
Potters
the Quakers over here to play. Copers, as we mentioned, Copers and Loy, the split backs. Reed, straight quarterback keeper right behind Copers, plows ahead for a gain. The spot looks like 3.
I'd call it 3. Yep. Bring up 2nd and maybe 4. 2nd and 6, 5.5, 6.5.
Terrible spotters.
Man,
I really am.
We're probably the only high school team in the country who has the sticks on their home side.
And we'll call it 2nd and 7, correct. And where I sit, I can't see the scoreboard, so I can't even cheat. But again, it's Copers and Lloyd, 3 wide receivers, 1 being Carter in the slot. The handoff is to Copers. Copers doesn't get to get any head of steam go immediately.
Big.
I'm sorry. Yep, that is Copers.
That's Copers on the carry. Big number 55 for Salem. It's like a buzzsaw. Billy Robinson, 5'5", 151. He pushed Michael Loy back into that play, which busted that up, and that'll be no gain, possibly a loss of 1. Scoreboard not updated for the Potters.
Clock rolling. 3rd and 6 Potters. Reed will again be in the gun formation. Loy and Copers. Carter in the slot. Wheaton at the bottom of the screen with 1 wide receiver to the top. The quick pitch to Reed. Reed looking to pass, dumps it into the flat to Copers. Copers
trips,
drops the football. It's not a fumble. It's an incomplete pass. The referees, it's an incomplete pass. The referees are calling it down. The referees are not sure.
Well, he did make a football. I mean, if we're NFL here, he did make a football move up the field. I think then he just ball out due to the ground there. Potters will punt. It's 4th and 8 from their own 25-yard line.
Peyton Atkins deep, takes the snap. Pretty good kick away right at the 45-yard line.
Oh, it's a fumble. That's a
Get
fumble.
on it.
Oh, it is recovered.
We had one man down there quickly, but he was fighting with
Zach Beeson, 5'10", senior for the Quakers, fumbles the punt, but he recovers his own fumble.
the only Potter down there, the gunner from the top of the screen, top of the field, top of the screen. Engaged with a block, so he couldn't get off of his block quick enough to jump on that fumble. So Salem will take over right at about the 46 on their own side. 6:58 clock stopped. Davidson in the gun, 4 wide, 1 lone step back to his left, 2-step drop, looks to go right up the middle, get man wide
open.
Right in the middle. That'll be a Quaker touchdown, number 11, Turner Johnson.
Right down the middle of the field. He was wide open. I don't know where the safety was on that, but he was nowhere to be found.
Again, they were 4 wide, and that might have actually been, I don't have the benefit of replay, but it might have actually been the back out of the backfield that just ran straight down the middle of the field or the tight end. The 4 wide receivers just ran their routes and left the middle of the field wide open.
Turner Johnson listed as a wide receiver last week. He had 6 for 77. And that kick is good.
The kick is up and the extra point is good. 7-0 Quakers.
With 6:49 to go in the first quarter. Salem 7, East Liverpool nothing.
Quick strike offense. 2-step drop and a man running wide open all alone.
Nice ball down the middle of the field by Davidson.
Beautiful looking pass. Well run route. No coverage in the middle of the field.
Quiets the Potter fans down, folks. It's almost like there's a TV timeout right now. They're huddled on the sidelines.
Yep.
This would be a nice time to get that unexpected touchdown that you were talking about.
Need it early. The key is Coach Boyd pulled everybody together and said, well, we knew it wasn't going to be a shutout. We talked, I'm sure they talked about it all week, was the 4 and 5 wide. And that's hard for, I mean, the average high school doesn't have 5 DBs.
Right.
So you've got to play some sort of zone coverage or a man zone, such as in basketball, if there is such a thing. Nobody was in the middle of the field. Responsibility. I'm sure Salem is going to attack that the next time out.
I'm sure we'll be ready for it.
Braden Gibson for the Quakers. The ball at the 40 will be kicked off. For driving kick, hits at the 10, kicks into the end zone, and they'll let it go for a touchback. The Potters will take over at their own 20. Come out and try to establish a little bit of presence in this ball game.
Got number 8, Levi Turner, now out there on the offensive side for the Potters. Reed will bring the play in from the sidelines.
Turner ran hard a few times at the end of that
game
last week.
Yeah. Yep, he ended up with.
So the Potters go 3 wide, 2 setbacks. And Carter in motion. Nope, that's a give to
Levi Turner.
Levi was in motion. Flag comes in late. Looks like it's in the area of holding. Levi Turner was in motion, and the give was to him. All for nothing. Legal use of the hands. Potters, one of the linemen must have got their hands up high. So they'll step it off. It'll remain first down.
Reed makes the long jog.
And that's a 10-yard penalty.
1st and 20.
1st and 20 Potters. Line. Reed makes the long run to the sidelines, gets the play, and comes back.
It's on the far hash, and he makes the trip. Potters come out 4 wide.
4 wide, 1 lone setback. The snap to Reed. The Quakers are coming hard. Reed steps, throws. The catch by Wheaton. No, the drop by Wheaton. It was right at the stick. It was high, so it wasn't going to go for much of a gain. But that'll bring up 2nd and 20.
A little too much air under that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be a quicker. That's got to be a quick
strike
out.
Right? That way you can catch it, turn, get upfield.
They clock off again in the first half. Wonder why.
No idea.
Hurry here. 6:33 to go, folks. First quarter. Potters down 7-0.
McLeod split to the bottom. Peyton Reed in the gun. 2 split setbacks, 2 wide receivers at the top. Turner in motion. The give to Reed. Reed on the straight. QB keeper up the middle was hit immediately at the line of scrimmage. Stood up. No whistle till late.
My goodness, blow the whistle. He was stood up for a good 2 or 3 seconds before they blew the whistle there. That'll bring up
3rd and forever.
3rd and 20.
Got a pretty good crowd on hand here tonight, spread out in the stands.
Student section filling in over there for the Potters.
We got the Brian May French fry stand going.
French fries, corn dogs, hot dogs.
Bump some of those at the halftime.
Christina's working down at the elephant ear stand.
Oh, well, that might be where we have to visit.
It.
Copers and Loy again in the backfield. Reed stays in the shotgun. The snap, he rolls out to his right, looks to throw. Heavy pressure, throws one up in the air. Wheaton goes up for the ball. Number 10 for the Quakers, Luke Weingart, was all over Wheaton.
Almost like threw that one up for a prayer.
Yeah.
An inverted punt there, maybe he was trying for. But that'll force the Potters back into punt formation. And it'll give Salem, barring a booming punt, it'll give Salem good field position here with 5:35 to go in the first quarter.
Atkins has got his heels on his own goal line. A low, hard punt, take a big hop. He comes up and fields it on the run, spins, breaks 2 tackles down to the 30-yard line.
Tripped up by Michael Loy for the Potters, then finished up by number 27, Corey Wyan. Will give the Quakers great field position, Anson. 30-yard line of the Potters. They'll be looking to punch it in again here.
This is a possession where the Potter defense
got to get it forced.
They got to dig in right here. Draw the line, force a turnover at least. I know it's a field position game, 5:24. First quarter.
Says 4th down on the marker. We know that's not right.
Even if it's deep, the Potters need the ball back. Shotgun snap, give to the setback. A sprint out left. There's a hold, no call. Cutback hit hard by the pursuing Potters.
And we got a Potter player down on the field. Number 67, Joaquin Johnson, down for the Potters, grabbing his, looks to be his left ankle. Armchair referee, but it was an obvious hold around the end there.
Easy to see from up here, no doubt about that. Coach Ludwig and training staff will check out Joaquin.
Be 1st and 10 for Salem on the 15-yard line. I'll look for a pass here. I'll look for
play a little play action.
Coach Whittington, Coach Boyd over there. It's a little pep talk.
The quick strike pass, hard to stop sometimes. Looks like maybe Joaquin just got stepped on. An ankle.
Rolled an ankle or like you said, stepped on.
He's going to get over there, rub some dirt on it. I look for him to be back in the ball game.
1st and 10 Quakers, 15-yard line. Referee signals to wind the clock. Sideline, they're going to have to hustle in here. They're going to come out 4 wide. No. Nope, 3 wide.
3 wide with 2 setbacks. 1 to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Both go to slot receivers, so we're 5 wide. 7 in motion. The snap is the straight back, quick pass, fade route to the corner of the end zone, jump ball. Oh,
my goodness. Good effort there. That's Noah Wheaton for the Potters. Good coverage.
Good defense by Wheaton because that's on the 6'5" Chase Ackerman. The ball was just thrown up, a 50-50 ball in the corner of the end zone. A good-looking pass.
Yeah, nice pass by Davidson.
I keep wanting to call him Ackerman, but Davidson is the quarterback.
Mitch Davidson.
Wheaton made a nice play on the ball, boxed him out, went up for it. Ackerman had to go over his back. No luck, second down.
Bunch set on
Mitch
the left
Davidson.
side. They're going to go
Play
back to
action.
it again.
The hot pass is high.
Tell you what, Wheaton's behind that there. That could be the interception we're looking for. Once again, good coverage by Wheaton. Davidson's pass sailed over.
Here's the thing. It looks like what Davidson's going to – he takes a 2-step drop, and he's going. He's throwing it to his intended target. Doesn't look like he's going to run through his progression with 4:42 left in the first quarter. Man in motion.
Johnson in motion.
Davidson. He looks right quick, goes out into the wide open.
Wide open. Nice strike. Good arm.
The Potters look to be confused on a crossing route. 2 men crossed. 2 Potters took 1 receiver, leaving 1 guy wide open in the end zone for a touchdown.
Number 6, Chase Ackerman. Wide open. Salem touchdown. Place kicker on the field to try to make it 14-0 with 4:37 to go in the first quarter. Kick is up, and it's really good.
If they didn't have any film on the Quakers, it looks from the 2016 season, Salem Quakers look a la the East Liverpool Potters last year. Austin Mayfield, shotgun, 4 wide. Many routes ran. Zach Gill, wide open many times. What the Quakers are doing to us, spreading us out, making guys play positions they probably aren't used to playing in coverage.
Both touchdowns over the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine coverage was definitely crossed there for the Potters. It's a big possession for the offense. They got to come out and move the football here. Got to make
14-0. You can't go 3 and out and give it right back to them, especially your own territory. We've gone negative yards. We've not threatened the midfield yet. We've got to push the ball into Quaker territory and at least, like I said, establish some sort of presence in this young football game.
Woodyard is back deep for the Potters with Wheaton and who's on the other side there? That's Turner. Wheaton and Levi Turner. 2 up from him. Here we go.
The kick going to go out of bounds. No, it's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
Take over at the 20.
Gibson. Above average leg. Drives the ball 2 times. No return from the Potters. First down, 20-yard line.
Moman, big time. Jalen Moman checks in for the Potters. Reed in the huddle, gives him the play.
Moman is that thunderous back.
Thunder and lightning set.
We got a little thunder lightning, fast and furious. Carter and Moman. Reed under center now. The turn, the give to Carter, follows Moman into the hole, hits the hole, positive gain.
Good run by Derek Carter. Followed his lead blocker, Moman. Not too many people want to get in the way of that, and he will gain 5 yards. That's a good run. He hit his hole. Good job.
And that's a positive first down play. Brings up 2nd and manageable. 2nd and 5. 4:11 to go, first quarter.
Krosky, Wheaton split out to the right.
Carter, the deep set. Moman, the up back. Reed under center. The turn, the quick give to Moman, who lowers his head. Bounces, he's rumbling, stumbling, and bumbling for a first down. They just couldn't bring him down. I initially thought that he was stood up, as he was. Kept the legs going, strong legs going. Pushes ahead for a Potter first down.
Wish you had some video at home. I thought he was stopped for a loss. First down, Potters. Here we go.
It looked like he was just bouncing, and as he bounced, he continued to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards of progress. On a quick up back, give no momentum to get too wide again. Same set, Reed under center. Moman up back. The give is to Carter. He follows Moman into the hole. Wow. Upended quickly. Quaker linebacker.
Tackle there by number 51 for the Salem Quakers.
That's
Robbie Sardinger.
Falls ahead for 2 yards. And 8. Potters. We're going to get him here one of these times. They're going to run a little play action. Reed's going to roll out.
Wheaton split out to the left.
It's going to be wide open. Again, Moman the up back, the turn, the give to Carter. Quick penetration by the Quakers. Carter dances left. Nothing doing.
No gain there. Bring up third and 8.
3rd and 8. Potters, 2:45. Ball square on the 35-yard line of the Potters. One wide receiver, not real wide, was set up in the slot. The Quakers kind of bunched the line of scrimmage. We got one-on-one coverage out here, and this is where I'd like to see Reed run a little play action and catch one of these linebackers cheating. That's 3 Kroski in motion. Reed takes the snap, turns around, rolls out, sets his foot, throws it. Wheaton's open for a minute.
Wheaton's open. Catch by Noah Wheaton.
84. Noah Wheaton had a step on the defender. 35-yard line. Potter's first down. The ball was in the air for about 30 yards. It seemed like it took just an extra second to get there and allow the defender to catch up. Noah Wheaton lays out 2 hands, catches it up all around his shoulders as he's around. It comes down hard on his back, holds on. A nice catch by Noah Wheaton. Maybe that's going to fire up the troops right here.
35-yard reception for Wheaton. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Potters from the Quaker 35.
Again, the Carter up the middle, dances, loses his footing a little bit. Had one man to beat and had a lot of green to go. That of about 3 yards.
Bring up 2nd and 7. Carter lost his footing there on the cutback. If he doesn't, could have been good night. Touchdown Potters, but it'll be 2nd and a long 6 for Peyton
next
Reed.
year when he's dancing on the turf,
that's right.
Maybe he won't lose his footing. So everybody out there in Potter Nation, there's a big push to get turf put on Patterson Field just to open up the athletic program and give us a lot more flexibility with all the sports being able to use the playing surface. So that's something that we're looking forward to getting involved with as Peyton Reed takes the snap, turns around, gives to Carter. Carter follows Moman. He's got a blocker outside. He cuts it back up inside. Across the 35, down to the 20-yard line. First down, Potters.
Great job by Carter following his lead blocker. Made a nice cut on the outside as the cornerback came inside. That's going to be a gain of about 16 and give you a Potter first down. Off what you were saying about the turf, hopefully the community comes together. We've seen them do it before. There's not one thing that it's not good about getting turf on this property. 1, it's good for the school. 2, it's good for the community. It's good for every single athletic program in the school because it opens up practices where weather cannot deter you.
Weather doesn't cancel a practice.
So, Potter Nation, if you're listening now or you listen tomorrow or you listen later tonight.
1-yard line, 3 wide. Carter and Moman the set. Reed under center. The turn, the give to Carter. The keeper by Reed. Reed keeps it and scampers for about 2 yards.
I'm going to call that a
broken play.
Broken play. Something didn't look right there. Somebody turned one way, another.
That'll wind us down to the end of the first quarter as 20 seconds remain, and it'll tick off the clock. We'll begin the second quarter with a 2nd and 8 Potters at the 20-yard line of the Quakers. Of an ultra-important possession for the Potters here as the Quakers come out in the first quarter and jumped up quickly, 14-0. The Potters look to answer with a drive.
Coming out here, first possession, second quarter is going to be huge because we need this touchdown. This is a game changer. This makes it a football game. I mean, it's only 14-0, but you know, this has been a sustaining drive, a couple big plays, a couple big runs. This is the best this Potter offense has looked in a couple weeks.
Absolutely.
I like what I see. They're mixing it up.
It's just huge for the mental mindset. The Quakers, if they come up with a stop, able to go down and score and all, we're still shut out on the scoreboard. The Potters, the young Potters, just want to see some points on the board at this point. Cut it to a one-score game.
We'll have EMAC here look up some halftime scores for us from around the valley. I know there's some big games out there today.
I didn't do a lot of homework to see what the out-of-town games were looking like.
It's good information.
The Bear. Eric McMahon.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
2,700 yards for Mitch Davidson last year as a junior with an all-state running back. Some information we just received there.
2 wide receivers. Top Reed quickly to the line. The give is to Moman. Moman stood up, but he keeps the legs driving.
Wow.
It's going to take 4, 5, 6 Quakers to get him down. Every time as 2 or 3 guys are tugging at the ball, that's going to do no good. You better wrap him up and bring him down.
Right now, and this makes me feel a lot better. Jalen Moments had 3 carries. He's been a lead blocker 3 or 4 times.
Looks
We've
strong.
seen him on defense. I haven't seen him limp yet.
Not one
It's the first time all year I haven't seen him come up just a little limp after some sort of contact or run. So this is a good sign. Let's pound him into the end zone now.
Big down, 3rd and 7 Potters. Ball sits on the 18-yard line early into the second quarter. 14-0 Quakers. You got Nick Woodyard, wide receiver split top, Carter and Moman. The turn, the rollout. Look, oh, there's heavy pressure coming, and Reed is thrown down for a sack.
Great coverage on the outside by the Quakers. That's number 44, Brock Baddeley. He had one down there.
He was waiting for him to get out of his pattern, and while he did, he was getting backside, blindside. Pressure, lucky to hold on to the ball there with heavy pressure coming. It look like they're going to keep the offense on the field. 4th and 15 after the 9-yard loss. 8-yard loss.
We're going to call a timeout right here. Looks like we wanted to get the proper personnel on the field. So a 4th 15, we'll call it, for the Potters. We're going to take a quick break here. You'll still see the live video. We'll be back, folks, just a few seconds. All right, we'll be coming back out of the Potter timeout here. Should be a good play out of the timeout, right?
Conley and Miller down there.
Oh, they're in the stands tonight, I'm sure. Not a bad crowd. Got a cramp.
Another perfect night for football. Perfect night for football. Big weekend, NFL opening weekend.
Oh, I'm excited. I love NFL football. You know that.
I got to say, I watched the first half last night.
I fell asleep. I'm getting old.
Into the third quarter, I just didn't. I fell asleep watching the Patriots. My son woke me up this morning and said 42-27.
You thought
Alex
Patriots.
Miller went off for
Alex
4 touchdowns, or Alex Smith went off for 4 touchdowns. I was happy. Happy
4th
camper.
down and 15 for the Potters. Reed takes the snap. 3-step drop. Looks across the field. Oh, off the hands. I tell you what, I think that went through the hands.
It did.
Of
13.
That's
McLeod. Yep. He just ran a little cross route, right at the sticks.
Good
Pass
sustain.
was a little high through his hands.
Good drive for the Potters. Gave the defense a little breather. Let's see if we can come back out here. Defense come up big for us. And let's close up the middle of that field. I would imagine they've been successful twice. They're going to try it again. Maybe the third time will be a charm for us.
Is drawn up on a lot of playbooks right now as Davidson stands in the shotgun, takes the quick snap, sprint out left, little razzle-dazzle, reverse, handoff, a lot of room to run, 27. Corey Wyan comes up and makes a fine open field tackle.
Nice job by Corey Wyan. Textbook. Came up, reverse, made the play, broke down, good clean tackle. Keeps Salem just short of a first down. Does limit the damage. Could have been a lot worse.
Bunch formation. Davidson lone setback.
This is where the middle of the field is going to come open.
Sprint left. A lot of pursuit by Michael Loy and others.
Gain of 2.5 there will give Salem the first down as they move the chains.
Just a little quick inside handoff. A sprint right to the sticks. A tackle by 59. Jake Cornell.
Jake Cornell, captain.
So here's where the Potter defense needs to come up big. The stack formation. Davidson rolls out to his right. A lot of pressure by Kopris. Davidson dumps it. That's going to go for a negative.
Fumble. Ball's on the ground.
Potter.
Oh.
There we go. And
Lane Kopris stripped him there.
And I always got to remember what I'm watching high school football. It was as much as I praised Davidson when he rolled out in the first quarter and threw the ball away, there he had nowhere to go, panic. So he just dumped it to his running back who was 1 yard in front of him, 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He wasn't ready for it. Takes a hit, drops the ball. First down, Potters. Mitch Davidson seems like he was a little scared in the pocket possibly as he was scrambling. He has a tendency to do that and panic a little bit. So if the Potters can get up the middle and cause a little bit of ruckus, maybe we can turn them into those 3 turnovers again. Reed with the deep pitch to Carter. Carter cuts right back up the middle. There he goes! Hey! 5. Touchdown! As fast as that.
I tell you what, great cut by Carter.
The fast and the furious backfield of Carter and Moman provide a 1-2 punch. Electrifying just as it was there. Moman was outside and Carter saw that he had a quick cut back on the inside and nobody was going to stop him. He just darted across the middle of the field.
There's nobody on this field catching him. No. Great job.
That was outside of the long little fumble-rooski flea flicker run last week. Oh, high snap. The Potters need to just fall on it. Not let the Quakers pick it up and run it to the other end. I don't know. I'm sure you can advance a 2-point conversion in high school, but the extra point's no good. 14-6, 9:15 second quarter. But what I was saying was when he gets in space, Bell like when he's behind the line, but he's not quite Le'Veon Bell yet. He's still Derek Carter. When he's not able to find the hole, he's a small scat back, so sometimes he's able to be drugged to the ground. If he finds the hole and gets 2 steps.
Good night.
Turn out the lights.
Yep.
Gonzo.
Salem defense started the pursuit to the outside where the play was going, led by Moman on the big block. Carter read that, made a great cutback, took it right up the center of the field. And like you said, Anson, when you give them 2 steps, rest of the defense,
it's tail lights.
Good night. It's good night. His second gear is special.
His second gear is quick.
Yeah.
He gets to it the next level so fast, and then it's just gone.
Well, folks, we got a ball game with 9:15 to go in the second quarter. Potters down 14-6 to Salem. Snap.
I couldn't
extra point.
End zone yard by yard. He was to the 5-yard line before I could get it out of my mouth. Electrifying play. 9:15 as the Salem band tries to spur on their team. The Potters will come out. And this is an important kickoff here. Let's pin the Quakers deep. Put a little bit of pressure on the Quakers. Mitch Davidson and crew. To kick off for the Potters.
Salem offense definitely won't be as comfortable as they come out here after the kickoff.
We got a lot of kickers. The Potters do.
It's number 45. It's Dominic Valera.
And here's the kick. Kick right down the 15-yard line by the Potters. Not a lot of guys out here,
that's
though.
A hold.
The Potters are going to cover it to the sidelines out about the 50-yard line. Cuts it back down to the 40-yard line of the Quakers. No flags on the play. Potters pursued hard to the right.
And he took it to the left.
He took it to the left,
well,
and there was...
Yeah, they pursued hard to the left. Well, they're right, yeah, and he took it to their left. That's twice tonight Noah Wheaton's been held. Yeah, but
he was the lone man on the left side of the field.
Outside, they were outside the pads on that one.
Outside of it, definitely. Both hands up high. Referee runs right by it. No call. Quakers take over at the 40-yard line. Let's look for a little back-to-back picks here. 4 wide, 11 in motion. The snap to Davidson. Davidson with a quick throw to Ackerman. That ball.
Big hit. Wheaton with good coverage there is going to hold him to a gain of 3. Aiden Watkins comes in and cleans up.
I was trying to look up. Number 44, Aiden Watkins comes over to clean him up.
Salem band down here, they're getting fired up, hoping to get a score.
Trips wide to the right, to the top of the screen. Ackerman to the left. Davidson in the gun. 1 lone setback. Davidson 2-step drop. Looks to his left. Throws it up the middle of the field. Man streaking wide open.
Oh,
the ball was underthrown.
Goodness, he had in.
He just didn't lead his receiver wide enough.
Krosky and Atkins on the coverage. Fall just a little short. If he leads him by 5 yards, it's another Salem Quaker touchdown. They're letting him
look for him to go back to that play again.
He was running wide. To make sure he's tucked in there.
Same setup. Trips to the top. Lone setback. Davidson in the gun. Flags everywhere. Davidson. Davidson hadn't even taken his set. He was still looking at the sidelines.
Right. Left tackle for the Quakers jumps off sides, which made I think Kobe Plum there jump as well. But that'll be false start on the Quakers. Will bring up 3rd and now 12. Definitely in a passing down now for Salem.
Jim Tressel coaching the Salem Quakers. That's going on.
I like it.
Mitch Davidson again trips to the top, to the left.
Potters.
Ackerman to the bottom, all by himself.
McLeod shows blitz
Davidson,
up the middle.
2 steps,
here comes Copers.
Out into the flat. Pursuit by Peyton Atkins. Copers comes over.
Good pursuit by Atkins. Missed the tackle there.
Stops him about 4 yards short of the first down.
Cleaned up on the outside by number 3, Troy Krosky.
Salem hurries to the line. It brings up 4th down and 5.
It's a big down right here for the Potter defense.
Timeout. They got their scat back in space. Did a little move. Made Peyton Atkins miss. Copers comes from the linebacker position. Tracks him down from behind. Brings up a big 4th down. First down saving tackle.
Second quarter, 14-6 Quakers. Quakers call a timeout here. They're going to dial something up. This is a big down. The ball at half. They defer to the second half, so we can stop them here, go down, even give me a field goal. Yep. We're in good shape as we head into the second half tonight. Student section filling in a little bit over there for the Potters. Not too bad.
Potters gave him a little something to make some noise about.
I didn't know if you know this. We've known each other. We've been friends forever. I'm a weather geek. I love weather. Love bad weather.
That's all I've watched.
I know, me too. I've been ermined.
I've been in.
Oh my goodness. Tonight's the where they'll know after tonight where ground zero is going to be for that. There's no doubt about it.
Quick snap. Davidson out pass high, caught right at the sticks. That'll be a first down. That'll be a first down. Quakers.
Great catch by number 13, 5'10" senior.
That's a tough
to be overthrown at first
down. I thought they'd go a little something more closer to the vest. They didn't. He threw an out pattern.
We're going to have to stand up like Chris Collinsworth and
put about 15 yards under the 20 yards out to the sidelines, and a great catch by Bison. Davidson takes the snap. Yeah, movement before the snap. I don't know whether it was from the Potters.
That's going to be on the Quakers. This is something I was going to bring up in the pregame, what I thought was interesting. Last week, Salem Quakers, 12 penalties, 133 yards.
So 12 penalties, 133, 3 interceptions. They still come away with a victory.
Right.
Fortunate.
Good night for them. Once told me they'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Any day. 4 wide, 1 setback. Davidson in the gun, man in motion. 1-step drop.
Inside handoff. Oh, they had him in the backfield.
Stood straight
Got
up.
him again.
Thrown down for about a 3-yard loss.
Kobe Plum.
That's Cade Campolito. Kobe Plum.
Of?
Freddie Plum.
Freddie Plum. Kobe's like, all right, guys, listen.
Enough.
3 weeks now.
I'm my own man now.
Right, right.
All right, enough of that. Last time we'll mention it, Kobe. Keep showing up on the stat sheet. That's all we ask. 4 wide, man in motion. Davidson barks out the signals, takes the snap. 4-step drop, looking to throw it long. Nothing
Great
doing.
pressure by
Lot
Potter.
of pressure. Plum all in his face, and
There
he'll
we
go
go.
down.
Job.
Also in on the tackle.
Number 75 for the Potters. That's Philip Norfleet.
That's
Ian Smith.
Ian Smith.
That's right.
We try to make him Philip Norfleet
I'm going to
every
have
week.
to just
My son corrects us every week.
Ian Smith. Sorry, Ian Smith. Great pursuit. Great sack.
So Plum and Smith. Davidson gets the sack. That pushes the ball clear out to the Quaker 45 and brings up a manageable 3rd and 25.
I need to work on my emotion during the game. Like when the play's happening and something's going on, I just start screaming as if I'm watching the game.
Davidson again, long out pattern. Nobody there. Out to about the 30, 40-yard line, 35, down to the 30-yard line. Pushed out at the sticks. Quaker fans are yelling for a late hit, but they're only about 2.5 miles away from the call. That'll bring up
a chant going on down here.
4th down and 12. We got, hey, the young Salem Quaker fans are spirited. Good to see.
Big 4th down for the Potters here.
Good to see. Should get 15 yards on that play, which brings up 4th and just a little over 10. Heavy pressure up the middle by Kopris. Oh, they set up a screen pass.
Bubble screen.
The only man over there is McLeod, and the Quakers will pick up the 1st down.
Great pursuit by the defense. Set up perfectly. The nice little side. Number 11, Turner Johnson.
Kopris ran free up the middle. Johnson let him go. Bounced out to the outside. Turned around. Screen pass. Good for 12 yards. 1st and 10 Quakers.
From the 17-yard line. It's going to be a run outside. Another
hold there. There's going to be a hold on the Quakers. So that'll back it up 10, make it 20.
Potter defense has now forced the Quakers into 2 4th on this
3rd and 25.
But
5th and 25. Again, the Quakers they go 2 steps forward,
10 back,
and then take 2 steps back.
10 yards back.
1st and 20 now. And looks to the sidelines, gets the call. The coach says, "Run anything, just stop with the penalties."
Let's get an interception here, boys.
Away barks out
Here
the
we
call.
go.
Sprints
Lloyd
right,
on
heavy
the blitz.
pursuit
Inside,
by
Davidson's going to keep
Somebody
it.
step up and hit him.
Wheaton might have got away with a little hold there.
Throws on the run, throws behind his receiver out to the 20.
I think Davidson might have been better off just keeping that one.
Possibly. Looked like he didn't. He eluded the first pursuer. Didn't really want any contact, so kind of just dumped it out there quickly to his receiver. Davidson, a little skittish when he's under pressure. When you give him time to sit back there, cool, calm, and collected. We got 3 wide, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Short field to the top side. Potter home side.
Let's go, boys. Get a
Davidson
stop
with
here.
1 back to his left. Up on the line of scrimmage. Davidson takes the snap. The fake handoff. Immediately hit again by 75, Ian Smith. Down for no gain.
Somebody lost their towel there.
Just give him a little bit of contact. I don't know whether that was the old read option and Davidson chose to keep it and run.
Salem Quakers team just lost the towel, and they threw it 2 yards behind them, and we're going to keep playing. Here we go.
Looked
Third
like
down.
a little false start
Look at
again.
this.
Heavy pursuit. No. Hit. The ball goes out of bounds. Completed, though, down to about the 20-yard line.
I will give it to Davidson. He does throw the ball well under pressure.
Strong arm. Because a few times he's on the run, and he's able to throw that 20 or 30-yard out pattern to jam up the receivers a little bit more time because we're getting pressure on Davidson. The cornerbacks, if they could get a little bit more space.
I practiced this. Are you ready? This is going to be a 37-yard field goal attempt.
37-yard field goal. Ball on the 20. For all you novices at home, the snap by the Quakers. The kick is up. The kick looks good.
No good.
It's
no good. Wide right.
Wide right. From here,
Salem fans, they think it was good.
To their chagrin, they think
they're calling for a replay.
The referee standing 1 foot from the goalpost have a bit worse angle than us.
Another big win for the Potter defense.
Yards from the goalpost.
Yeah, we're a long way.
Ray Finkel, Scott Norwood,
Ray Finkel.
Oh, Scott Norwood. Probably one of the few kickers to ever make it to that many Super Bowls and be remembered for missing. As the great Buffalo Bills set records, many records in that little stretch. The Potters with a little bit of time left on the clock, 4:09. Reed under center takes a snap, the turn, the give to Carter. Carter looking for some room to roam. Nothing doing. Moment on the lead block. No gain. 2nd and 10 Potters. 20-yard line. Their own 20-yard line. Quaker band warming up for halftime. Looks like we'll have 2 spectacular bands playing this half.
We will we'll move the camera to the middle of the field and leave the audio on while we go enjoy an elephant ear or funnel cake or corn dog or
Moman and Carter in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the Potter sideline. Reed under center turns. Whistles and flags everywhere. False start. A pass. Noah Wheaton was excited to get down the field. One of those guys up top might have jumped. Could be wrong, but it looked like he was going to run a straight post pattern.
False start will be a 5-yard penalty on the Potters. Will bring up 2nd and 15 with 3:27 to go here in the first half.
I'd like to see Reed drop back under heavy pressure and just dump it for a little screen pass to Carter with Moman out in front.
I like it.
Fast and Furious 9.
I like that screen pass to Moman last week on the right side.
Moman lines up in the up back position. Carter, the deep setback. Reed the turn, looks for the quick
this
out.
is open.
He hits it. We're looking at,
he
looks
slowed
like he
up.
Get to the sidelines, flipped over about the 25-yard line out to the 26. That's 3. I always forget the first names.
Troy Krosky.
Troy Krosky.
You got the first initial, right?
Right initial.
Sorry, Troy.
Troy Krosky with a nice catch out in the flat, lowers his head, plows ahead.
Gain of 10 for the Potters. Will bring up 3rd and 5. 2:42 and ticking. Second quarter.
Manageable down in distance for the Potters, 3rd and 5. Wide receivers up. Broken record set. Moman and Carter up and back. Reed turns pitches to Carter. Carter with good block outside.
Face mask. Oh, there's a face mask.
Inside.
No face mask.
No call.
Oh, my goodness.
No flags on the play. The Potters will send on the punt team.
Oh, I'd like to see that one on
Kick
film
the ball
again.
away. Heavy pursuit by the Quakers there. Moman out, got his man blocked. Coming from the inside, we're able to bottle up Carter. There just was nowhere to go on the outside.
I think the Potters were trying to catch him a little off guard there. Went to the short side of the field with Carter. Gain of 1. That will be a Potter. 4th down. Atkins on to punt.
Up deep, takes the snap. The kick is a well end over end. Big hop fielded at the 35 by the Quakers. Heavy pursuit by the Potters. Stood up right at the 40-yard line. Thrown down. Short gain. Good coverage.
Great coverage by the special teams of the Potters. Number 75, Ian Smith. Number 86, down there to smother. The
86, Tyler Roston, a special teams guy. Getting his name on the air. in the scorebook on the stat sheet, scoring some points for Coach Ludwig's hustle board. The Potters will dig in at the 40.
Minute 39 to go for second quarter.
Don't let anybody get behind you. Has to be the mentality here. 14. Mitch Davidson barks out the signals. The sprint,
Copers on the blitz.
Sprint left to number 44 for the Quakers is quickly hit hard.
Kobe Plum.
Kobe Plum. Looking young football player.
Had Copers on the
Copers was
backside
pursuing.
blitz.
It's like Moments in there. Nose tackle was pursuing. Watkins was pursuing. The quick snap. Davidson looking to go deep. The ball's way up in the air. Ackerman. Wheaton wins. Looked like gap position. Wheaton spun his head around. Found the football. Got him arms up. Ackerman was unable to pull it in.
Coach Boyd is fines. I think he wanted an offensive pass interference there. Did look like Ackerman extended his hands a little bit, which is how you extend his hands. It brings up a third for Salem.
Barks out the signals. We got a quick sprint left.
Nice job.
Quickly tackled.
Again, Kobe
56.
Plum.
Kobe Plum.
Making
Kobe
his presence
Plum's
felt.
earning himself a nickname pretty soon. I'm going to have to spend the next 6 days.
All right, just want to make sure here. We want a timeout. It's going to bring up 4th and 8 with 52 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Coach, timeout. I would imagine calling the timeout forces Salem into a punt situation. I don't think you want to give Potters the ball in Salem territory.
No reason to. Punt it away. Not a lot of time left. .56 Kobe Plum. Great field awareness.
Yeah. Played really well tonight.
Has a nose for the ball.
Played really well here.
Sheds his blocker here, and then is able to finish the tackle as well.
I've said since week one, I really like this Potter defense. They're fast. They get to the ball.
And they'll hit you.
A couple coverage issues tonight down the middle. But
lack of exposure.
Lack of exposure.
They haven't seen that type of formation. A lot of these guys at all. As they're sophomores, some of the juniors haven't got a lot of years. They got to step up and help those guys out. Davidson's back in where he can actually pooch kick this ball. He's about 8 yards deep. He'll see what's going on. He's actually going to throw it. Woodyard and caught. You had to know that was coming. He's thrown the last 4 balls to the number Ackerman.
Those of you who can't see it, Chase Ackerman, 6'5", 216 senior, and he is a huge presence. Game one-on-one. It's going to be a handoff now.
Potters are going to get called for too many men on the field because they had guys everywhere. Someone was trying to get off.
That's putting some pressure. It's going to put some pressure on the Potter defense. We're already down to about the 14-yard line. And you're right, too many men on the field for the Potters. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's going to take them down to the 6-yard line.
Tough spot for the Potters. 33 seconds. 6-yard line. The Quakers can get a first down at the 4-yard line.
Big Mitch Ackerman down here below.
I'd look for a jump ball to him. Davidson's in the gun formation.
All right, I was going to say that. I didn't know who called that timeout. It is timeout Potters. It's a big possession right here. 22 seconds to go, second quarter. 14-6, Salem leads the Potters. Thought for sure they'd punt. It's a big risk there.
Yeah.
Big risk by the Quakers. Play calling, but it paid off.
A lot can go wrong with that play.
Oh.
The ball's in the air for a long time. One-on-one coverage. They're just putting a lot of trust in their senior quarterback and their senior receiver to make a play. And on fourth down, kind of the wildcat punt formation, they made the play. Short run, penalty Potters, 6-yard line, third. First and 2.
First and 2.
First and 2. Here's where we really could use the second turnover of the half. Davidson gun formation. One-on-one coverage.
Atkins picks him up there for a minute there. He was going to be wide open.
Oh, it's going to be.
I think Salem fans want to Mitch Davidson. He took a backside hit. Here's the thing that happened. Davidson lost his towel, number 76 for the Potters. That's Hayden Nicholson. He tripped over the towel. To Davidson.
And no call.
And no call. Good job by the official tonight.
From the stands, it looked like he gave him a little extra business after the pass. That's because he was off balance. Nonetheless, I think we forgot to call that play. As he rolled out and was under heavy pressure, he threw it out into the flat.
Incomplete.
As he was being chased. Incomplete. Second and 2. All kinds of confusion going on right now.
Something's going on. I can't figure it out.
They called one of the line.
I think he had his chin strap off or mouthpiece out or something. The official called time, made him do something.
So needless to say, the left tackle for the Quakers is replaced. Oh, that's 15 yards. That's a big penalty right there.
That is a big penalty.
So the coach was giving the referee just a little bit too much lip service. He'd had enough. He'd explained it to him 2 or 3 times, it appeared. One last word from the coach, 15 yards.
That's big
that's
for the Potters.
Big play for the Potters.
15-yard personal foul.
Second and 17. We still have 18 ticks left. Davidson's in the gun. He's probably going to look to go to the end zone a few times. Man in motion. Quick sprint out. Good block. Good pursuit. Good tackle right there.
Going to be a gain of about 4 for the Quakers.
Need bigger numbers on these guys. That was good pursuit by number 4, Nick Woodyard, who all I knew was there to stop the run. He was able to slow him down, make him cut back, where a host of Potters was able to bring him down. Salem calls a timeout with 9 seconds to go.
Salem's got 1 timeout remaining. It's going to bring up third and about 13 for the Quakers. Definitely going to be a passing down here. Hopefully Potters can sew up the middle of the field. Can't have that happen again.
Let's get one of those little crossing routes. Peyton Atkins, Corey Wine, Nick Woodyard. Someone step in front of it.
Bam. To the house. To the house.
Pay dirt. Pick 6. Go to the locker room.
Maybe tied.
Tie game.
9 seconds to go, second quarter. Salem's in the timeout. Potters also on the sidelines there. Getting their game plan together.
They've run the ball with much more success to the left side of the field. They've passed the ball to Ackerman's side of the field with much more success, other than the one screenplay that went left. Trips to the short side. Ackerman 1-on-2. to the bottom of the screen. Davidson barks out the signals, takes the snap. Looks like a false start to me. Davidson's going to run. He's in the middle of the field, hit by a host of Potters, thrown down. 2-1. Let the clock, we're at home. Let the clock run out.
Oh, my goodness.
Who's in charge of the clock? I'm going 2 doors down to find out who's in charge of the clock. You make them put the second back on. The second lay on the clock when they're laying puddled up in the field.
If I'm running the clock, I'm looking for the head referee to give me the time.
Or a
this
whistle.
Right here. And when he did it,
Yeah.
it was
After.
Wow. 1 second to go. Well, I tell you what, field goal's good. We better be looking for a new scorekeeper, timekeeper.
Yeah. Who is the timekeeper down there?
I have no idea.
So without bias, I criticize, but
Come on.
The snap by the Quakers.
31-yard field goal attempt to send us into the half.
The kick is up. The kick is
no good. Good.
Is good. Plenty of distance. The kick is up and good. 17-6 Quakers. The Potters hang in the game. They'll get the ball to start the second half. They got to come out, go ahead and march that thing down, tighten it up. We'll put the bands on for you. We'll leave the mics on for you to listen to. We're going to go
grab some grub.
Get something to eat.
Folks,
listen to these bands play.
We'll be back to take you through to the second half.
My wife asked her what my boy was. Why not take my boy to school? No, I really don't. You don't even respond. You almost made me fall. one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. That was crazy. It should be this one. It should He said when I get the game, he stopped. He had to come out of the game. He kept on the court. He should be going honestly, I thought we were on the stage.
All right, folks, we're back here to take you through the second half action. 17-3, Salem Quakers leading the East Liverpool Potters. Just seen both bands take the field, perform their halftime show. Great job by both bands. We got some updates from around the valley. Beaver Local 14, Lindsley 6 in the second quarter. Steubenville playing a school from Canada up 42-7 in the third quarter. United, who fell 21-9 last week to Salem Quakers, is now beating Malvern tonight 12-6 in the third quarter. Cambridge leads Carrollton 13-7. That's in the third quarter. Week's visitor here, the Indian Creek Redskins, and the third quarter they trail Alliance 20-14. Wellsville Tigers, led by former East Liverpool graduate Moose Ramsey, is down 12-0 to Lowville in the second quarter. West Branch, second quarter score 21-7 over Ravenna Southeast. In the fourth quarter, Bel Air is up 38-7 over Harrison Central. In the third quarter, Buckeye Local leads Eau Glen 14-7. Third quarter, Ferry down 28-15 to Union Local. And then our week one victory was over the Edison Wildcats. They trail the Toronto Red Knights 21-13 in the second quarter. Beaver Local's off to a hot start. If they can hold on there, it'll be 3-0 for the Beavers playing Lindsley. Wellsville sticking with Lowville tonight, only down 12-0.
Tigers
got their first win.
Laden Beaver Local Beavers. So
Wellsville picked up their first win last week over the Edison Wildcats. Congrats to Moose Ramsey and staff. I got a minute to go here in the half.
The Potters will receive the second half kickoff. To kick it away in the first half.
Mitch Davidson is out center in the at midfield here. And he is out there with, I think, Jake Cornell. Jake Cornell's 5'11". He's a 5'11 senior. Davidson just towers over him.
6'4".
I'm sorry, that was Michael Loy who's out there with him. Also 5'11". So same. Big possession for the Potters here. Start the second half. I say that every time they got the ball, but this is really important.
We do have a lot of big possessions. We put ourselves into a lot of positions to just magnify the importance of an individual possession, which is really hard to do of the high school players. But first half didn't quite go like we wanted it to, but we're still in the ball game. 17-6. Get the ball, come out. Try to put a little bit of Potter touch on the second half to get started here. Put the Quakers looked like they were back on their heels a little bit. And when the Potters chased them down a few times, got them to turn the ball over. And then they were able to convert on that 3rd and 25 with a 10-yard pass, a 15-yard screen pass.
Getting pressure on Davidson tonight has not been a problem. It's just what Davidson has been able to do with the pressure coming at him. Hopefully that fortune change in the second half. Usually, consistency is not something you can keep going for a whole game. Last week, like we talked about, 15 of 33 with 3 interceptions. So let's hope he can pick those up here in the second half. Here's Levi Turner. Ooh, almost breaks a tackle. He comes out to the 4-yard line. And here comes the offense led by Peyton Reed. I'm sure we're going to see a little bit more thunder and lightning. I feel like that's
a little bit.
It's probably our best bet to move the football. Maybe a little more thunder this half. Call it thunder and lightning.
Fast and furious.
Fast and furious. I like them both.
I'd like to see Copers back there a little bit too, because he can run hard as well. But I'd like to see Moman get it with a little bit of head of steam going. Maybe not always from that up back position, as he's in the split back position there, and the give is to him, and he rumbles up and runs right over a Quaker defender for a 10-yard gain. There it is. He was able to get 2 steps before he reached the line of scrimmage. Momentum going.
And that brings up a Potter first down. 10-yard gain by Moment on the inside handoff. We'll bring the play into the huddle. 1st and 10. Potter ball on the Potter 35-yard line.
Reed will go under center. Again, split left, split right. Is Moment and Carter with 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. Follows Moment, cuts back into the hole. Maybe should have kept going outside. Late whistle. Carter's thrown down. Forward momentum will give him
no gain, maybe a gain of
no
half
gain.
yard.
No gain. The whistle was so late that he ended up getting thrown down 9 yards back. Nonetheless, no gain. 2nd and 10 Potters.
Maybe a little premature cut back there by Carter. Should have followed Moment out to the outside there and then maybe cut off of him, but seems like he might have cut upfield a little early. Linebacker there waiting on him. No gain, brings up 2nd and 10.
Use the blocker that's out ahead of you. Cut back when you have to. Moment the up back, Carter the deep back, Reed under center, quick throw out. That's out into the flat, caught as a reception across the 40-yard line, out to the 41, and that's by number 3,
Troy
Krosky.
Good throw out. Go pass out there by Atkins. Good quick delivery. That's how that play's supposed to look.
That's a great call by the coach too as well. Great pass by Reed. Great catch by Krosky. That goes from a 3rd and long to a 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 5. 3rd and short, maybe 2, 3. We'll call it 3rd and a long. We'll call it 5.5. Reed under center. Carter and Moment. Reed with the fake to Carter, rolls out. Heavy pressure coming from the backside. Reed tucks it. Reed gets hit hard at the 42-yard line for a 2-yard gain.
Will Bree
looked like he had a little bit of room to run. He thought that as well, but as soon as he cut back, Packer was there to plug the hole. That'll bring up 4th down and 3. 3rd quarter.
9:39 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Atkins will be deep to punt the ball away to number 13, Zach Bizon.
The kick is away. The kick's up. It's a good one. Well placed. Takes a good bounce right down to the 20-yard line and out of bounds at probably about the 16-yard line. Or a bad spot. We'll call it the 19-yard line.
Yeah, I think that he's about 2 yards off there. But he's perfect, so we won't hold that against him. Not even the scorekeeper, timekeeper is perfect.
No, but his famous person once told me only 5 people get paid.
That's right. True story.
Make the right call.
True story.
Everybody else, volunteer head coaches, they do get paid as well. So
Salem will waste no time. Davidson comes out 4 wide for the Quakers.
Stack formation. Quick pass left, dropped. Ackerman felt the footsteps coming. The footsteps of 84, Noah Wheaton.
Ackerman's had a nice game tonight. Wheaton has done a good job on Ackerman. All 6'5" of him.
Size differential. They've targeted him probably 8 to 10 times already, including the 4th down fake punt. Davidson in the gun takes the snap, sprint out left. That's number 5. He runs into his own blocker, and then he's met by a host of Potter linebackers, and it's a scrum.
These officials, they like to let it play out. Yeah, they like to let it play out. Let's start stripping the football.
Yeah.
Then. They're going to let that happen. We got to get in there and strip the football.
Looked like a rugby scrum. The whistle 5 seconds late.
So bring up a 3rd down for the Salem Quakers. Potter's looking strong here on defense. Davidson will get the play from the sideline. They go 4 wide, single back. Davidson's in the gun.
Davidson takes the snap, looks right, has his target, throws it out. That's Ackerman.
Hey, it's picked up by
Wheaton's got 25 to 20. He cuts back and stumbles down right about the 22-yard line.
Stumbling, rumbling, bumbling. My goodness. He couldn't get his feet under him.
He wasn't expecting the ball to just plop right into his numbers. So once he caught it, he started going, and in my opinion, from up here, easy to see. Just head down the sideline, man. Run right for the end zone. He started cutting back. Get as much as you can. Run north and south. Nonetheless, there's the turnover the Potters are looking at in the second half. 8:29, clock rolling, 17-6. A little spark for the Potters. Carter and Moman are out there ready to roll. Reed under center barks out the call. The quick give to Moman gravitationally falls forward for 3 yards.
Met immediately line. He was able to pick up a couple yards on the carry. Great pressure on Davidson there on that interception by Noah Wheaton. It's definitely something that we got to keep up. You know, we did it in the first half to Davidson. He made the throws, though, when we put the pressure on him there. Not so much. It's his first interception of the night. Hopefully we can get a couple more here as the Potters down 17-6, 7:53 to go. Reed's under center.
Again, dual sets. The give is to Carter. Carter runs wide to the sticks right.
Wow.
Hit immediately as he crosses the line of scrimmage for no gain. Heavy pursuit by the Potters. Carter tried to use his speed to gain the edge. Moman was out there ahead. Great pursuit by one of the Salem Quaker DBs.
That's Bizon out there who came up and made the play.
3rd down and 6. Got a points off turnover, huge. We'll see what Coach Ludwig draws up here as the Potter kicker gets loose. Let's hope he only needs to get an extra point. We got Krosky. We got number 2 split wide to the left. Reed goes to the gun. Reed with a straight drop back, looks to throw, heavy pressure, dumps it out into the flat just to get rid of the ball. Moman was in the area, so there'll be no intentional grounding. He saw him at the last minute for 2.
Logan Torma.
How could I forget?
That screen to Moment. I'm not sure what they were trying to set up. I think it might have been the screen to Moment. I don't know if he got held up there at the line of scrimmage or what.
Reed just got stuck in with all those
Stuck
trees.
in traffic.
He was amongst the linebacking core of the Salem Quakers who was pursuing him hard. He knew where Moman was, and he threw it out there. Just
4th down
connect.
for the Potters. They're deep in the Salem territory. Big play here.
Reed in the gun, 2 backs, 2 receivers. Reed straight back, heavy pressure, dumps it to Wheaton. Wheaton lowers his head, can't quite get the 1st down, but there is.
Blake McLeod was wide open. Streaming down the middle of the field. Potters can't capitalize off the Salem Quaker turnover, so it will be Salem 1st down, ball on the Salem 18-yard line.
So they couldn't make the Quakers pay.
Potters keeping the field possession battle here in their favor in the second half with 6:54 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Hopefully Coach Boyd sees a little bit of a chink in the armor on that offensive line, and we're able to continue to get pressure on Davidson because, again, they go 4 wide.
Same story.
Man in motion, set back, handoff, sprint out right, maybe a block in the back. Heavy pursuit by the Potters. A big game-saving tackle
by
Loy.
Loy was on pursuit, made the initial contact. I'm pretty sure either Wheaton or Woodyard came up and cleaned that up. I was falling behind the play there.
All 3 guys pursued hard. The first 2 missed. The last guy tripped him up. We'll find out on film on Monday morning.
Loman checks in defensive line.
Again, the double stack up, the double stack down. Davidson with a quick drop. Heavy pursuit. But get a ball.
Oh,
got caught. It's wide open. Woodyard's back. Woodyard.
Oh,
good pursuit by number 4, Nick Woodyard. Heavy pressure. Heavy pressure by Ian Smith. Man, Davidson had the ball just out there like a loaf of bread, and Ian Smith was swatting at it. If he could have just got a little bit of the ball or a little bit of jersey, he could have threw down Davidson for a huge loss. Instead, Davidson gets the pass off 30 yards in the air. Woodyard gets back in time to knock it down.
Great defense there by the young sophomore, Nick Woodyard. Brings up 3rd and 5 for the Quakers. They're on the Quaker 22-yard line.
Gives the clap, man in motion. Straight quarterback keeper. Looks like he's contained. He's going to get hit. Somebody hit him.
Definitely can tell he doesn't like contact.
You see the 6'5" quarterback running through there like Bambi. He doesn't want to get hit. Those young linebackers, Kobe Plum, Copris, Moman, they're pursuing down the line, and somebody wants to lay the wood.
after the
Salem's going to gamble here.
Davidson run. It's going to bring up 4th and 1.
Lack of respect, I don't know. Or he does pooch kick it here, but it's 4th and 1. The Quakers go into pooch kick formation. Woodyard goes back. The snap to Ackerman. Oh, my gosh. They jumped. They hard count, pulled the young Potters off sides. There's the wrong way and give Salem a first down.
So
Coach
in high
Ludwig.
school football, you can't even go into the neutral zone at all? No? Okay. Neutral zone.
Coach Ludwig's lobbying for something up there to the line judge. We'll have to find out what he was trying to convince him of later, but
Double
nonetheless.
stacks, 4 wide split for the Quakers.
It's an under pressure out to number 11. 11 stood up, thrown down for 4-yard gain.
Somehow Wheaton came up with that ball, and I don't know how, but he did. But it's still going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Quakers. Quakers on the 36-yard line.
Stop. Davidson with a quick give. Sprint right. Hot pursuit from the Potters. Good tackle. Who is that coming down the line?
Michael Loy.
Number 10, Michael Loy.
Copers there, also number 13.
McLeod. Loy, great pursuit. Hit from behind. McLeod with the containment. Kobe Plum held the edge well and allowed those linebackers to come in and clean it up. They'll bring down 3rd and 3. Davidson with a sprint out right. He's going to keep it. Somebody get him. Come on. He scrambles and falls forward.
First down, Salem.
Somehow finds a hole, stumbles, twists, turns, gets the first down. He doesn't look very athletic when he rolls out. Looks good in the pocket.
Not a great running quarterback, but does, like you said, is a presence in the pocket at 6'5", 4:18 to go, 3rd quarter.
And they're so spread out, he's got a lot of room. Here comes a little flea flicker reverse. Heavy pursuit by Plum. Copers is coming out. Nick Woodyard's coming over. It's 11-yard gain, 1st down, Quakers. They ran that play a couple times.
Copers had the play, not the angle. Took the wrong angle. That'll be a 1st down, Salem. They are now in Potter territory. Be 1st and 10 from the Potter 45-yard line. Davidson gets the play from the sidelines, and he'll be in the gun.
Copers, one of the linebackers, did sniff it out. He just took a bad angle on the play, and Kobe Plum had lost the edge on that one. Shift to me.
Kobe Plum.
A lot of people moving, but Kobe Plum fills the gap, lays the hammer down on number 5, Eli Rothwell for the Quakers.
Bring up a 2nd and 11 for the Quakers. Davidson's in a gun.
Snap to Davidson. It looks like a false start again. Come on, throw a flag. Everyone's moving. Will make me come down there. Receivers are anxious. They're just getting a little bit of a jump start. So that'll back them up 5 more. That'll make it 2nd and 16. The ball on the right side of midfield for the Potters.
I hate to say this, but this is where Salem's been most successful tonight, is in long down and distance territory. Davidson gets the play from the sidelines. It's 2nd and 15. Back to Salem's territory on the 49-yard line.
3 trips to the top. 1 lone receiver down, 1 setback. The snap to Davidson. Michael Lloyd looking like he's going to show blitz. Falls down. Here he comes anyway. Boom! Boom! Come on, turn around, Wheaton, and get that. Oh, that would have been a phenomenal play by the Quakers. Hot pursuit by Lloyd. Hot pursuit by Ian Smith. Man, they just couldn't bring him down. But that's what 6'4", 194 does for you back there. You can shed a little tacklers. Not quite the presence of Big Ben, but nonetheless hard to bring down back there. Gets the throw off. You can't see it home because we were oohing and on. Noah Whedon was in coverage with Ackerman, who was able to get his fingertips on it, but couldn't haul it in.
3rd and 15 for the Quakers.
Davidson takes the snap. Pressure right up the middle, backside. Kobe Plum, there's the throwback. That's a great play. Peyton Atkins pursues hard. Good form tackle. They're going to hold him short to a 4th down and 3.
2 times tonight, the Potters got burned on that little bubble screen.
Well, their eyes get big. They see him. There he is. They chase him. Uh-oh. The running back slipped out of the backfield, over into the flat, a little throwback. It was funny because the other night during the 8th grade game, I kept telling my father and my father-in-law, anybody else sitting around me, as my son's the quarterback, I said they wish they'd roll him out one time and throw it backwards. It'd be wide open. Maybe they'll take a play out of the book. Davidson with the quick give. There's pursuit, but it looks like he's going to get to the sticks first. 4-yard run down to the 30-yard line of the Potters, and it'll be first down Quakers. Looks like there's a Potters shaking up. That'll be 44, Aiden Watkins. 44?
44 Watkins is down for the Potters. That'll be an injury timeout.
Just when you think you have the Quakers where you want them,
boom,
they find a way to make a couple plays and get the first down, despite a couple penalties and despite a couple ill-advised passes. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 30 with the clock ticking, 2:14 away, fastly in the third quarter, 17-6. Bad guys.
Watkins looks like he might also rolled an ankle or also been stepped on. Same thing as Joaquin Johnson. I'm not sure we've seen Joaquin back in since the injury.
I think Moman came in and maybe have filled that spot. I don't have my binoculars and my eyes aren't good enough to see the far sideline to see if he's still on the sideline or whether he's went to get some treatment.
I don't see him. But like you said, we don't have the binoculars either.
Watkins looks like it could be just a cramp.
The athletic trainer D is out there working on him. So during the halftime, we enjoyed a funnel cake, not an elephant ear.
Old
I called
school.
it an elephant ear.
It was an elephant ear when I was little.
But and we started talking about Hurricane Irma.
No,
it's unreal that it's the size. Like, and you mentioned this, like Andrew, probably one of the most destructive hurricanes ever to hit Florida. And they put a photo of Andrew side by side with Irma, and it's unprecedented how big this storm is. So thoughts go out to anybody who was brave enough to stick around down there.
I wouldn't even call it bravery if you stuck around in the southern Florida.
Stupidity.
Northern Florida, maybe brave.
Stupidity
in the winds and rain.
Right,
Southern
right.
Florida, possibly stupidity. So hopefully everybody that has contacts down there has gotten out safely. As Davidson's in the gun. Hands off.
Inside handoff.
Cuts back. Pursuit by the Potters. A lot of running room to the right side, but he decided to cut back, thankfully.
Nice play by number 64, Skylar Woolley. Number 59 for the Potters checks in. Jake Cornell replaces Ian Smith. We'll bring up 2nd and 11 for the Quakers.
A bunch formation, only one set. Ackerman was in the tight end position, runs a straight down the middle. All right, Davidson's on the run. There's nobody in pursuit. Here comes Copra. Somebody lay the wood on him over there on the sidelines. He manages the scramble for about 10 yards.
It's going to be about a yard short of the first down from our vantage point. Like you said, we are about 75 yards away, but I'm going to say it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Once again, great pursuit by the Potters. Just can't get a hold of the big man.
Good pursuit up the middle. The edges are sometimes unable to contain.
Last week's leading rusher, Josh Young, into the game.
Quarterback keeper up. It looks like he's stuffed. Very favorable spot. I think it's going to bring up 4th in inches. Hard to believe.
If the spot's on the 49-yard line, it's a first down. But if not, it's 4th and inches, and we are going to get a measurement. A lot of measurements so far early in the year here.
Hard to believe the 6'4" quarterback couldn't just fall forward for that, but as he lowered his head, we got low. Penetrated the offensive line and pushed him backwards into the quarterback for what looked like no gain.
Sorry, that was Cade Campolito on the carry for the Quakers. Campolito last week, 12 carries for 121. He's kind of been non-existent tonight for Salem.
Wonder if he must have had maybe a big run. Maybe he had one of those 60, 70, 80-yard dashes last week to pad the stats. But
well, let's see
yeah,
here.
tonight, very uneventful.
He didn't have a long touchdown run. 4-yard touchdown run was his longest, but
Quakers. Davidson with the give. They're running some clock now.
fumble!
The ball's on the ground. The Potters are on it. Oh, and a Quaker might have snuck in there and got it back.
Number one rule if there's a fumble, what? Don't try to pick it up, right?
Pick it up and run. You're a defensive player for a reason.
Unfortunately,
one of the young Potters was thinking 6 the other way, tried to pick it up, and one of the Quakers got in under there. Got it back. Coach Ludwig's got to be pulling his hair out. That ball was
Potter
right there.
sideline went nuts. Ball. We heard them yell ball. Well, folks, we end the third quarter the same way we started the third quarter. Salem 17, the Potters 6. One quarter football left to go. Defense hoping to make a.
Can't afford a touchdown. A missed field goal, we'll take it. Or that fumble would have been perfect. Would have been the third turnover of the night from the Quakers, and that's about the number we need. 3 turnovers from them. No turnovers from us. Go down and punch it in. But it remains 17-6.
It's going to be third down. Is that what it is? Third down? We'll find out here in a second.
Let's see. Second
down.
16.
No.
No,
Can't be.
Did they get the first down on the measurement?
Yeah, but then they fumbled.
Right.
The next play they fumbled, right?
Yeah,
that
first
play,
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Second down.
Also what the stick said.
Yeah. Corey's running that.
Oh, I wish you'd have told me that earlier. I'd stop watching the stick.
Well, we're ready to go to kick off the fourth quarter. 12 minutes to go here from Patterson Field in the fourth quarter. Potters down 17-6. Second and 16 for the Salem Quakers.
Davidson in the gun. Looks right, looks left. He's going to be under pressure and thrown down for not a sack. He's able to get back to the line and gain. So it's not an official a sack in the stat book.
I'm going to call,
but 58 for the Potters.
I'm going to call it a sack. Justin
Watkins is in on the tackle.
Brings up third and 17. They gave a loss of 1 on the play, so that will be a sack.
Moment and Plum dig in. They're ready to go. Quick snap, sprint out to the right. Quick pass out into the flat. Block in the back. No call. A host of Potters.
Good gang tackling by the Potters. Wheaton comes up, makes a big play there on Ackerman.
Salem's able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that'll bring up a fourth
and 11. This is field goal territory here for the Quakers.
Looks like they're going to elect not to kick. Fight their kicker. The kicks have had plenty of distance on them, but coach is going to roll the dice, and hopefully this comes back to burn him right here. 10:54.
Let's protect the middle of the field.
Davidson in the gun. He's trying to draw him offside. He goes under center. Picks up his mouthpiece. I don't know what's going on. The coach calls a timeout.
Salem will call a timeout with 10:41 to go in the fourth quarter. And a big 4th and 11 here for the Potter defense. We're winning the battle at the defensive line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
Davidson's elusiveness.
They've been able just to get enough. Just enough to continue to pick up first downs. Until now, 4th and 11. The Potters are going to come up with the big stop. We're going to have to go. We're going to have to go the length of the field. Plus, plenty of time to do it, though. 10:41, fourth quarter. Potters trail 17-6. Coach Boyd's on the field. He's rallied the troops. He's put them where they're supposed to be. Now it's their turn to go out and make the play.
Out of the timeout, you'll see Ackerman far to the right side, all 6'5" of him. Davidson will be in the gun. We're in a 4-wide single back set.
Pass. Davidson barks out the signals. Changes the play. Shifts the setback to the left side. Recalls the snap. 2-yard drop. There's an obvious hold on Moman. No call. Good pursuit. He throws it up for grabs. It's incomplete.
Wow.
The Potters will take over on downs.
Big time hold.
Jalen Moman was coming hard, and then
2 guys,
there's
right?
only one way to stop him.
Hold him.
Or hit him with a truck, and that guy was holding him.
Well,
the back judge or whatever judge is back here.
The referee, yeah.
Referee stood there and watched it all happen. Let Davidson get free. Davidson then just hot pursuit. I think it might have been Copers coming up at that point. He just wung it to the end zone, was hoping somebody could make a play.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. Here we go. Potters, 21-yard line.
10:33 to go in the final quarter here. Potters down 17-6. Reed looking to get something going.
Coperson moment in the backfield now.
Thunder and
A
thunder.
little bit of thunder and more thunder. Give us to Coperson. He lowers his head. Man, that's a workman's
hard
4 yards
run
right there.
Right. A bit of that.
And for the linebacker that stepped up and stopped him for 4 yards, earned his paycheck on that play as well.
We'll bring up 2nd and 6, 2nd and long 5 for the Potters. Reed brings in the play. Wheaton will be out wide with Krosky.
Copers goes out, replaced by Loy. Loy behind Moman. Reed goes under center, calls out. The give is to Loy. Loy follows Moman right into the hole. There's nothing doing right there in the middle of the field.
Nothing.
Moman, when he hits that hole, is the lead blocker. He can take one guy out, but he can't. It's hard to take
3
out. Yeah, 3 or 4.
That'll
or
bring
more.
up 3rd and 6 for the Potters. This is a big 3rd down here. 9:32 and ticking.
Conservative play calls right there.
Yeah, down 2 touchdowns.
After a big stop, down 2 scores. Center. Wheaton and Krosky. Loy back. Reed looking to pass. Looks left, throws it to the sticks. Oh, the Potter coaches were all over the side judge on that one.
Well, I'll tell you what,
from
13.
From our vantage point, it looked like
He was on
McLeod
him.
was going for it, and the Salem defender was on his back. Apparently, he was a little too close. The ball, they're saying the ball was tipped. The ball was tipped.
I'm not sure. I think it just was a
wobbly
pass.
The Potters will line up in a punt formation.
We thought we were going to get a 15-yard pass interference there. Unfortunately, Potters will punt. And they got a piece of that at the line of scrimmage. As you can tell and hear the Salem fan yell, "Get away!" And that punt is down on the Salem 42-yard line. That's where Davidson and crew will take back over. Does Salem still come out running and gunning here? Or do they with a?
They got a little conservative, or not conservative, but they started eating a little bit of clock when they were down, late in the 3rd quarter. But when they got pushed back with the penalty yardage and then the fumble, they decided to air it out again. Aggressively went for it on 4th down. So wild card play calling here by the Salem Quakers. Hopefully they run it, pass it. Either way, turn it over for us. Potters are going to come up with that 3rd turnover after the big stop on the last play. And it's to go. Davidson hands off the sprint out to the right side. Quickly hog-tied by 56.
Kobe
Plum. Kobe Plum's. He's earning medal tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's been stellar the first 2 games. Weeks 1 versus Edison, 2 versus Creek. Comes to play every down. Pursues the football. Maybe over-pursues sometimes, but I like it.
Brings up a 2nd
I like
and
what he brings to the table.
15 for the Quakers.
Davidson looks to throw out the quick out to number 11. Quickly stood up by Atkins. Nope, that's Krosky, Troy Krosky. Tackle by number 3, Troy Krosky.
Gain of 5 on the out there from Davidson into number 11, Turner Johnson. That'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Quakers. .802, clock is continuing to tick. Davidson in the gun, 3-step drop. He's going down the center of the field. Oh!
Corey Wyan.
Corey Wyan right there for it. Slips off his fingertips.
Coverage. Wyan was coming on the backside coverage. I actually thought he was going to go and try to hit the receiver as he was trying to catch it. Instead, he read the overthrow, got his hands on it. Enough of a diversion from the Salem receiver cut in front of him that he was unable to pull it in. Good for the Potters. The clock stops.
4th down.
Brings up 4th down, and only 1 minute runs off the clock.
Potter territory. Davidson is now takes a few steps back into the punt position, and he will punt it off. Wyan back deep to return.
Can't field it out of bounds.
And this guy here, free to see. Wow, man, I don't know about that. Spot on the punt for the Potters. Not sure.
26-yard line.
26-yard line. Didn't think the Quakers were going to go for that.
No.
But
Potters get the ball basically back where they were at. Now it's time to go. 7:50. 7:44.
Got to open it up here now. 7:44 to go. Potters down 11, 17-6 here in the 4th quarter.
Carter back in. Fresh legs. Remember that.
Fresh legs.
Moment ahead.
Carter
Carter
lead
in the back set. Receiver split right. Krosky in motion. Adkins takes the snap. Looks for Krosky. He's going to tuck it and run. Derek Carter does his best to throw a nice block. Wheaton throws a block on the bottom side as well.
Positive play.
Reed scrambles ahead for 6. Call it 5. 2nd and 5. Potters, he wanted to hit Krosky quickly as he went in motion out in the flat, but Salem DBs read that play. Snuffed it out from the beginning, and there was nothing doing.
Like to see a little more urgency out of the Potter offense here with 7 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Down 17-6.
Yeah, the round-trip commute back and forth maybe costing a little bit of time, but the importance of this drive.
Potters come out 3
not
wide
overstated.
Set.
Carter and Coper side by side behind Reed under center. Reed takes the snap, play action pass. Carter, the quick throw is caught by.
Nope, incomplete.
Not
hit the
caught
ground
by Wheaton. Doesn't matter. It would have been a 1-yard loss. So works out for the Potters because it stops the clock. Rolling, we lose a yard. Double negative. The pass was actually for Jalen.
Yeah, it looked like it was. Little swing pass out of the backfield intended for Moman. Wheaton in the vicinity tries to make the catch. Luckily, like you said, clock stops, incomplete pass. 3rd and 5. Are we in 4-down territory? I'm
Absolutely.
pretty sure we are.
So we need all or almost all of this 6 yards. We have whistles. Not sure why. Coach Ludwig has the headset off. He's on the field, wants to know what's going on. Referees get together. Ludwig thinks it's a bad spot.
Well, I think what he's saying is it's an incomplete pass. It should be at the original. I mean, I think it's maybe another yard ahead, if that.
Because the sticks, if Corey's correct.
Referee's still convening here on the field.
It definitely was called incomplete.
Yeah, 100% incomplete pass, but I'm not sure if they spotted it right or if the down marker is correct. Ball should be about a yard forward. Should be about a 3rd and 4. 6:31 on the clock. 6:31 now on the clock. All right.
The spot of the ball.
And
changes by
an inch.
said inch.
think one of
it
them
was more of a time thing.
Yeah, time
Coach
thing.
Ludwig was looking for. We've got a bad angle on the stick, but they move it ahead. Nonetheless, 3rd and 5. Reed in the gun. Play action. Carter, quick throw out to Moment, catches it, turns the corner. Drug out of bounds, but not before he gets a first down across the 40-yard line. Clock will stop.
Jalen Moman.
Wish they'd run that a little bit more there.
I like that. Yeah.
Carter, Moman, Loy. Any of those guys out of the backfield. Even Cooper's getting out of the backfield.
Nice catch and run.
As good as a run, but gets outside the tackles a little bit.
That'll be a
Potter Band comes to life. Midfield, 6:10 clock rolling. I thought he got out of bounds as the clock continued to roll. Apparently so. Reed under center. Play action. Keeper up the middle.
gain of 4 for Reed.
4-yard gain. Potters need to get to the line of scrimmage a little quick here as the clock approaches 5:55 remaining in the game. Potters need a few scores. Peyton Reed still trying to get the play from the sidelines as the clock ticks, ticks, ticks. Reed to the huddle.
We got to have a hurry-up type offense here, I would imagine.
We got to go. Go no huddle at this point. Call the plays from the sidelines. They got to be able to call them in without going to the line of scrimmage.
2nd
Reed
and
under
5.
center. Straight drop. Moman's open in the flat. The pass is actually outside.
Krosky. Good job. Krosky gets out of bounds. Nice pass, catch.
Troy Krosky. Good rollout by Reed.
Krosky.
A good read by Reed. Had somebody in the flat. Saw Krosky a little bit more wide open. Threw a clear out to the edge. He rumbles ahead for a first down. Potters are in Quaker territory, 42-yard line.
Time is
1st and 10.
of
Clock
the essence
is
here.
stopped. A bounce. McLeod, Wheaton, Woodyard, Copris, Carter. Everybody's going out for a pass. The pass is tipped and then picked off. That'll be your ball game. As it goes through the hands of
Nick Woodyard.
number 4, Nick Woodyard. The pass was a little high off the hands. A tip ball. Every good team runs the tip ball drill. And the Quakers executed the tip ball drill to perfection.
It's 5:08 to go, 4th quarter. Off the Reed interception. Quakers will take over on their own 39-yard line.
Potters,
1st and 10.
Potters still 3 timeouts to go. They're going to run. They're going to run clock here. 2 setbacks. They're going to run their quick sprint out left.
Watch Ackerman here. He's lined up as a tight end.
Everybody runs into
Quarterback
each other.
keeper.
Heavy pursuit.
See, there's Ackerman. Line side. Nothing doing for Davidson. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 now. And the good news is clock stops. So
poor coaching there.
Not
in my opinion.
Yeah, my opinion too. But we'll continue to hope for that poor coaching.
May have been a broken play, maybe, but it looked like a designed rollout with Ackerman lined up at the tight end position.
Ackerman still
Davidson
again
in the backfield. Undoubtedly, he's going to hand this one off. Comes up to center, maybe changes the play. The snap to Davidson. Davidson with the give. Quickly
Nothing
tackled.
going.
No gain. Potters will burn a timeout probably here.
I'll give you one guess who was on that tackle.
56.
Kobe Plum. He's all over the place tonight. Brings up a 3rd and 9.
He's definitely what you want to see in the defensive end.
Big stand here for the Potters. Upcoming tonight, I'll tell you this. I guarantee a lot of people had Salem Quakers coming in here tonight and cleaning house. Right. So you got to give hats off to the Potters no matter what happens here tonight. Well played football game. Two big pass plays, really. The story of the game.
Early, 2 long, quick hitters. Other than that, it's been hats off to the defense. They've done a nice job of rebounding. Yeah, containing the Quakers.
Is that a Salem timeout there? So that'll take them down to 0 timeouts remaining. Third and 10. Pretty sure this is 3 down territory here. I wouldn't assume that Salem would take the chance to go for anything on 4th down, not on their side of the field. Big play coming up here for the Potters. See Kobe Plum cause some havoc here.
Come in unevaded. Get a strip sack or they're probably not going to pass the ball. Get to the running back quickly. Maybe a little forced fumble.
Here we go, 3rd and 10. Davidson under center.
Kobe
Plum was there. Deep ball.
Turn around.
Oh! Great job by Peyton Reed.
Atkins.
Peyton Atkins. Turner Johnson, last week's receiver, and I'm pretty sure for the Quakers, actually got by him deep.
Really surprised to see them throwing the football.
Me too.
Nonetheless, Kobe Plum was all over the quarterback. Threw it deep. Peyton Reed, who hasn't had a lot of play in action tonight, almost came up with a good pick.
4th down. Davidson acts like he's going to take the snap. Goes back into the punt.
Pooch kick it to Peyton Atkins. Let's see if we let it hit. Grab it and let's go. Peyton Atkins tries to cut up field. He's 1-on-4, and he's thrown down right away at the 15-yard line. But he had no choice but to pick that punt up. He didn't have time to get back as they Quakers are actually going to go for it, or they just misread the formation. But Davidson dropped back, quick pooch kick, big bounce for the Quakers. 15-yard line. Last 5 pages of the play.
A minute here. 9 o'clock there in that possession for the Quakers. That's
they only ran the ball one time.
So that gives the Potters the ball back with 4 minutes to go. Whatever happens here, we need a quick strike. If it's going to be a score, we want it to be a quick score.
In a closer game, that's bad coaching. In a game that's of any magnitude right there, and that's what these games are for. If they run the ball there, they force us to use our timeouts, and now we're actually still in okay shape.
Potters 4 wide. Ackerman shows blitz.
Moman was anxious in the backfield to get going.
Kopris.
Yep. He took just a baby step forward before the ball was snapped. That'll cost the Potters 5 without even snapping the ball. 1st and 15.
Reed will bring the play in. We're down to 4 minutes here to go. In the 4th quarter, still 17-6, folks listening at home. Quakers in the lead. Deep in their own territory after the false start.
Snap to Reed, looks left, throws left. That's Krosky on the catch.
That'll get him back.
6-yard gain back.
The original line of scrimmage.
Inbounds, clock running, 3:48. Potters 3 timeouts left. We'll go no huddle. Reed in the gun, trips right, single wide receiver left. Reed with the snap. Kopris will be the blocking back. Reed looks downfield. There he is, Nick Woodyard.
Oh!
Bobbles the ball, pays the price.
Fans like that. Big hit on Woodyard there.
He had it. He went to look to go upfield. It rolled off his fingertips, and then he got hit.
4 down territory, no doubt about it, for the Potters, deep in their own territory. 3rd and 9. Good strike from Reed.
Good
off
pass.
the fingertips.
Good route, good pass. Just wanted to turn upfield before he could haul it in.
Potters in a 4 wide set, 3rd and 9. Quick strike to McLeod. McLeod will drive forward for about 5 or 6 yards.
Late flag. Not sure. Don't even see anything going on. Don't know what the call was.
Chop block, personal foul maybe. It's going to be 15 yards. It's a big penalty in the advantage of the Potters. 15 yards will bring up a 1st and 10 now. Potters on their own 36-yard line. Potters will waste no time and get to the line. The clock is rolling.
Need a big play here.
Ackerman shows blitz up the middle.
He gets a good block. Reed gets the pass away. Wide open is Woodyard. He hauls this one in.
Nice catch by Woodyard.
Maybe a good time to use a timeout for the Potters here.
High school, clock stops 1st down in high school. Same as college football. Here we go.
3:08.
Potters got to hurry. Clock does not stop till the ball is set, and here we go. 3:08 to go.
To the line. Reed in the gun. Same formation. The snap. Oh, Reed right through his hands. No pursuit, though. He's going to have time to pick it up and at least wing it. He throws it up for grabs. Woodyard goes up. Tips it down.
I tell you what.
Wish he would have just thrown it
to McLeod.
Yeah, don't throw it back across the green if you're going to throw it up.
Was he not? I was watching the line of scrimmage. Was he not ready for the snap? Was it high? Right by him.
Right by him.
Okay.
Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was looking at his receivers when the ball came. It looked like he was set for the snap, and it just went through his hands or wide right.
Could have been a game-ending disaster. Nothing hurt. 2nd and 10. Potters ball, 49-yard line of the Salem Quakers. 2:54 to go, 4th quarter.
Catch a little lightning in a bottle here. I'd like to see one of those backs in there, dump it off to them on a screen. Reed rolls out. Copers with the protection. Oh, he throws it up. It's well off line, picked off by the Quakers, returned into Potter territory down to the 35-yard line. It looked like it was a 2-step drop and let it go.
Up. Underthrown, picked off Salem Quakers. That's probably going to be the closure of the book for sure. If Salem comes out throwing the ball here, I'm seriously going to question.
Well, I'll know if Salem comes out throwing the ball here that they won't probably contend for any state titles this year because they don't have running the clock out in their DNA. If this doesn't stay on the ground here, downs 1 through 3.
.242 to go after the Reed interception. Salem will take over on the Potter 35-yard line. Here's Davidson.
The snap, the give. The run left. Copers, good pursuit, good tackle.
Copers trips him up. Kobe Plum not far behind.
Kobe Plum would have been there to finish him off. But Copers went ahead and took care of the job himself. Fine looking linebacker, 25. Lane Copers also runs the ball very strong as well when given the opportunity. Loy and Copers, fine linebacking core.
I'm telling you, I've said it all year. This Potter defense, they're legit.
You throw Blake McLeod in there with that defensive line. Quick pass out to the left. There he is. Copers again on the tackle. Was the 8.
Potters will use their first time out of the second half.
58 is Justin Watkins. Any relation to Austin Watkins?
Aiden Watkins.
Oh, Aiden. Wait. Justin and Aiden.
I'm pretty sure. Wonder if they're related. Aiden Watkins and Justin Watkins. They are related. They're cousins. So Potters call a timeout to stop the clock. It's 3rd and 8 for the Quakers. Salem band getting fired up. Been a good football game.
Competitive
football game.
A lot of individual battles going on out there because Salem, when Coach Ludwig and crew go in and break down the film, Salem spread us out. There was a lot of one-on-one battles, whether it was receivers, with Wheaton, battling Ackerman. They ran a lot of misdirections with their running backs. They threw a lot of passes out in the flat. They mixed up the play calling quite a good bit, so it put a little pressure on the Potter defense, and they responded pretty well.
3rd and 8.5 here for the Quakers. Inside handoff, all over it. Number 75, Ian Smith. Potters will call another timeout.
Ian Smith, Kobe Plum. A ton of penetration against the offensive lines. They wreak a lot of havoc.
Philip, not Ian Smith, and
so we don't
number
know.
76 is Matthew Ketchum. He's also been wreaking havoc tonight.
We don't
75 Ian Smith.
We don't even know what grade Ian Smith's in, but a lot of that defensive line is young.
Yeah, I mean, we got three seniors right now on this defense.
Plum and Moman and Smith up front, I believe, are all underclassmen, unless I'm wrong on Ian Smith.
4th down for the Quakers. Going to be a hold.
Kobe Plum gets held. The aforementioned 75 Ian Smith was draped all over Mitch Davidson, who was able to, as he gets twisted to the ground, throw the ball away. It takes a lot of strength to be able to do that as well, because Ian Smith, no small lineman.
So once again, the Potter defense holds off of the interception, the turnover by the offense. Potter defense holds with 1:40 to go. There's still hope. Patriots were going to win the Super Bowl last year. I'd have called you crazy, so anything can happen, right?
I was happy at halftime.
Yeah,
I was happy to see the Falcons, the Patriots.
I was talking in the garage the other day, and they said that somebody asked, what do you think about Tom Brady? I said, I mean, what? He's a winner.
Sure.
He's a winner. I mean, that's what else do you want me to say? Guy wins. Atkins comes in at quarterback for the Potters. He rolls right. He's on the run. He's going to keep it, and he will scramble ahead for 6 yards. With 1:29 to go, Potter's got to be in the hurry-up offense.
Atkins in there, his arms probably a little stronger to get it downfield. A little bit more agility as a runner.
Set for the Potter. Copris, lone back in the backfield. Atkins,
a lot of pressure.
back to pass. Wow.
Off his back foot. Troy Krosky with a catch. Trying to make something happen. Cuts back into the middle of the field. He's going to force Coach Ludwig to use the last timeout, I would presume.
First down, the clock stops, so the Potters
down.
will try to hustle up here.
Favorable spot. We'll take it.
Nice pass by Atkins. On the run, pressured off his back foot, makes a strong arm throw, hits Krosky for the Potter first down. McLeod sets on the outside, gets away with it. Good throw. There's Wheaton.
Wheaton get out of bounds. He stays in bounds.
Why did he stay in bounds? That's just no. Wheaton comes up a little limp there. Wheaton is a junior. You got to know better there, kid.
Yeah. Caught the ball on the sidelines. I know you want to make a play and be the hero, but
get out of bounds,
get out of
kid.
bounds.
So the 7-yard completion. Wheaton doesn't get out of bounds. Potters will burn their final timeout. Brings up a 2nd and 2. Atkins looks good throwing the ball there.
He does. I know there was a lot of competition early in the year between Reed and Atkins for the starting job. Small sample size from Atkins, but those first 2 passes
on point. He was going to come out and play baseball last year.
Yeah.
Came to Open Gym a few times, got on the mound, and threw absolute gas. Baseball in 4 or 5 years, then he changed his mind. But he says he's definitely doing it this year. Senior year, so.
Senior year, do it.
Definitely got a cannon. So 49 seconds to go here. 4th quarter. Potter's going to have to go and get a quick touchdown here. Hope for an onside kick.
Atkins,
miracles
gun,
do
heavy
happen.
Pressure, drops back. Oh, just a Oh,
I tell you what,
that's a nice catch.
McLeod cuts inside.
The pass went
Atkinson comes outside. Pass goes outside. Number 5 for the Quakers, that's Eli Rothwell, actually with a heck of a catch on the interception.
I thought it was just overthrown incomplete. He threw his hands out there and made a nice catch.
So you'll see the Quakers come out in victory formation here. Potters, no timeouts remaining. Davidson will take a knee. It would not surprise me if they threw the ball.
Why not? Reverse.
Reverse.
Flea flicker.
Yeah. We'll see. The offense was better tonight, but it's just not good enough at the right times.
Almost. Defense played well. Just a couple good pass plays early in the first quarter. Put us behind the 8 ball. That puts pressure on your offense. Also puts increased pressure on your defense to hold serve the rest of the game, which they did. They held
17
serve.
points or under was the lucky number, and defense held them to 17. Potter offense unable to get ball in. The one good run by Carter on the cutback, 30-yard touchdown run.
Nothing doing after that.
Salem is in the victory formation like we talked about. So takes the Potters to 1-2. Next week we travel to Ravenna Southeast to hopefully get back to 500. Potters lose 17-6 to the Salem Quakers. Wigan, give me even though it's a loss, give me a player of the game for the Potters tonight.
Kobe Plum.
Me too.
56.
56, Kobe Plum.
Carter had the nice run, but player of the game after that is who sticks out in my mind the most, 56. 56 won, like he won most of his individual assignments. I know Coach Ludwig has a scoring system. I'd like to